students appear for these two slots that have happened on the 24th and 25th. And of course, we're going to discuss the questions that featured in the verbal ability section for your TCS exams, right? So the idea is just to give you guys an idea of what sort of questions came, what was the level of difficulty, and of course, give you the right answers. So please stay with us till the end of this video, and we're going to discuss quick questions that were featured for this exam, right? So the first question is actually a sentence, missing sentence question, you could say, that there have been 4 sentences, sentence 1 to sentence 4, out of which 2 of them are missing in between, and we have to read the entire paragraph and get to the correct answer. All right. So let's start reading the paragraph, right? Gianni Crea, the head keykeeper of the Vatican, is intimately familiar with the contours of history. And there are then 2 sentences which are missing. They traverse a 4.6-mile route through the museums, which see up to 28,000 visitors every day. Your sentence P is, almost every morning for the past 6 years, he's opened the doors to the Vatican Museum. Crea and his team of 10, 5 each on the morning and evening shifts, open and close 300 doors every day, mobilizing about 700 employees with them. Crea has worked in the Vatican for 20 years and as a head keykeeper for 6. Okay. Now, my clue for this particular question was that sentence 4 says they traverse a 4.6-mile route through museums which see up to 28,000 visitors every day. Now, this they has to refer to somebody. So if you observe the sentences P, Q, and R, only sentence Q is actually talking about people. So Q has to be sentence 3, right? Now, if you look at the answer options, you have RP, QR, PQ, and QP. So there is only one answer option where sentence 3 is Q, right? Which is Crea and his team of whatever. So our only answer option is the third answer option, which is PQ. So Gianni Crea, the head keykeeper of the Vatican, is intimately familiar with the contours of history. Almost every morning for the past 6 years, he's opened the doors to the Vatican Museum. Crea and his team of 10, 5 each on the morning and evening shifts, open and close 300 doors every day, mobilizing about 700 employees along with them. They traverse a 4.6-mile route through the museums, which see up to 28,000 visitors every day. So that is your correct answer to question 1. Now, when we come to question 2, so it is a simple spot the error question where there may be an error, there may not be an error. So we have to find out once we read the entire sentence. Either Rahul or Rohit accompany their grandfather and grandmother whenever they go to the hospital. Okay. And we have 4 options, right? So it's not in the order. They have not exactly broken the sentence consecutively. What they've tried to do is whenever they go to the hospital, that is your option A. Their grandfather and grandmother is option B. No error, either Rahul or Rohit. Now, when we talk about either Rahul or Rohit, which means it's one person out of the 2. And whenever you have either or, then we will not look at their as your verb. We have to look at his, right? Because it's only one of them. So along with one of them, according to your subject-verb agreement, according to the rule of subject-verb agreement, it can only be his. It cannot be there because one of them is going. Either Rahul or Rohit accompany his grandmother and grandfather whenever they go to the hospital. So the error lies in part B, which is their grandmother and grandfather. There has to be replaced with his. With this, we move to again and grandfather whenever they go. Format of question 1. So part B, again, which is their grandmother and grandfather. There has to be replaced with reject his. Machinery as such. With this, we move to again and grandfather whenever they go. Format of question 1. So part B, which is their grandmother and grandfather. There has to be reject machinery as such. With this, we move to again and grandfather whenever they go. Format of question 1. So part B, machinery. Their grandmother and grandfather has to be how can I be against machinery as when I write this we move to body and winning what he was on based on and the first introductory sentences that he does not what the object is the creation machinery, not machinery as such. And we have to understand which one we will fill in with. Now, if you look at the answer option RQ, that is going to be your best grade. So Gandhi does not reject machinery as such. He observed, how can I be against machinery when I know that even this body is the most delicate piece of machinery? And add that the spinning wheel is a machinery or its toothpick is a machinery. What he objected to is the case for machinery, not machinery as such. So he says that today machinery helps me merely helps a few to ride on the backs of millions. That is not something that we would look at. It does not relate exactly to the passage. So our only correct option out here is RQ, which is option 2. With that, let's move to question 4. So this is a fill in the blank question where it's a double blank that we have to look at. Government have been promising the eradication of child labor in high risk industries in India for many years. So high risk is something that we need to look at out here. However, almost 100 million children are still not able to go to school, and around 10 million are working in dash industries. So dash industries means when we've already looked at high risk, we have to find out something which is exactly elaborating that fact. Now, if you look at honorary, handicraft and handwear, that does not make sense. What makes sense is hazardous, right? So government has been promising the eradication of child labor in high risk industries in India for many years. However, almost 100 million children are not able to go to school, and around 10 million are working in hazardous industries, in industries that have high risk. India has the biggest population of 380 million in the world, dash number of children who are forced to earn a living. Largest, lowest, latest, loudest. Now, latest and loudest anyway does not make sense. It could either be largest or could be lowest. But definitely when we are talking about the biggest child population, we are talking about the largest figures, right? So our correct answer would be B and A, hazardous for blank 1 and largest for blank 2. With that, I'd move to question number 5. Again, it's spot the error question. The state government has proposed to put on place the new portal to promote transparency and simplification. And again, if you see, it's in jumbled order. The error, the part which contains the error is in jumbled order. But of course, it is most obvious to us that the problem is lying with preposition. So the state government has proposed to put on. The put on is the problem. That will not be our correct preposition. We have to say put in. So the state government has proposed to put in place on the portal, on the new portal, to promote the transparency and simplification. That will be your correct answer, right? Put in will be the right preposition. With that, we move to question 6, which is again spot the error. Everyday life have become more complicated with the advancement in mobile technology, right? Everyday life have become more complicated with the advancement in mobile technology. Now, most of the times, like we've discussed a lot of spot the error questions, the error comes around prepositions, around tenses, and around subject-verb agreement. Generally, we see questions like that. Even for this one, it is a classic example of subject-verb agreement problem, where you see everyday life. Now, everyday life is singular. So according to that, we had to take a singular form of verb, which is has. Everyday life has become more complicated with the advancement in mobile technology. So we've taken have, which is a plural verb, and that is the error with this question. Let's move to question number 7. Now, this is again, select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. And we're looking at a phrasal verb out here, right? So broken with combination of some preposition is going to give us another meaning. So phrasal verb question is what we are looking at. The final report on the project was dash into 3 parts, okay? Broken out, broken off, broken up, and broken away. Into 3 parts is basically giving a hint that there was some sort of a division that happened. So what is that supposed to mean? Broken up. The final report on the project was broken up into 3 parts, not the other breakup. Breakup out here, broken up out here means basically dividing it into 3 parts. Question 8. The lady dash purse was lost, lodged a complaint at the police station. Now, what we're basically trying to say is this particular lady who has a purse, whose purse was actually lost, is lodging a complaint at the police station. Now we have the lady whom purse, does not make sense. Who purse, again does not make sense. Whose purse, right? So we are trying to describe that this particular lady whose purse was lost is lodging a complaint, right? So the correct answer out here is whose, and whose is the relative pronoun which takes the place of noun pertaining to relate with a person. And here we are talking about the lady who lost her purse. So whose is the correct answer to this question. Now this is a passage, right? So we will read the passage together and come to the correct answer. It used to be the American shopper that exemplified the state of the world economy. The focus now should be on the person on the other side of the till. America's retail industry is huge. Its employs 15.9 million workers who represent 1 in 9 American jobs. It is undergoing a wrenching change as e-commerce is into sales. There is no more pressing test of the society's ability to work with technology's impact on work. That impact is already visible. For all the benefits that online retailing brings to consumers, it is causing immense pain to offline rivals. Last year, 4,000 American stores closed. This year, more than twice the number. Main Shutter Standard and Poor's, a rating agency, expects retail's defaults there to outnumber those in 2009. At the height of global recession, some formats, discount stores, groceries, high-end mails will continue to thrive, but many will shrink. The industry has shed 50,000 net jobs since January. Department stores may need to close more than 800 stores to reach the productivity levels of 2006. Many outlets are looking for ways to cut labor costs by embracing automation, right? So now we are basically talking about this one paragraph where we are talking about how things have changed after, the online or the version of things pressing in, and what are going to be the effects of that, right? Now it says which business will not continue to productivity levels of 2006. It was very, very clear. Last line, department stores is the correct answer, where it says department stores may need to close more than 800 stores to reach the productivity levels of 2006. So this was a very direct question, no problem. With that, we'll move to the next question. So it's on the same paragraph, and the question is, why does the writer consider it important to discuss the plight of those on the other side of the till? So according to the writer, why is it important to discuss the problems that the other people, people who are on the other side, they are facing? They need to be trained to deal with the pandemic related protocols. They have to take greater safety precautions at the world workplace. They know that they now have less work to do but are getting paid well, and they are a very large group of workers whose job are threatened. So why does the author consider it important? Because it's a very large group, it's a very large number of people whose jobs are now at stake. Because if the stores are shutting, what is going to happen? People will lose their jobs. So D is your correct answer for this question. Thank you so much for viewing our video, and stay tuned for more updates that come for TCS, NQT and other exams. Wish you the best. Thank you so much and see you soon.
Hello everyone, and I welcome all of you to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. Friends, this is Pratik Srivastava here, and in our today's video, I am going to do the analysis of reasoning ability paper, which was asked in TCS NQT May edition examination. So friends, as you all are aware, so paper was not very tough. The only thing was the time limitations, right? So there was time boundation or time limitations for each one of the question, and that is what created too much panic in the exam for the student. So friends, now if you want to crack TCS examination, then two things plays very important role. So one is the speed and the other thing is accuracy, because when your speed is more, that time definitely your accuracy will reduce. So friends, we need to maintain both. And how will you get a speed? So you'll get a speed only when you know the shortcut methods to solve the questions and when you have done enough practice. So friends, now TCS has changed the pattern, and with the changed pattern we cannot do anything. The only thing is we need to get the speed and we need to get the accuracy so that we will be able to score more and more in the examination. So with time limitations, we can easily come over with the shortcut techniques, practice, and definitely you will be getting speed and accuracy, which will help you to clear the examination and stay ahead with all your competitors. So friends, in my all live classes, I teach in the same way so that you do not have to worry at all. Just a practice you need to do. And one more thing, friends, I have noticed always that when the exam date will come, that time a student will start the preparation. Friends, you do not do that, okay? So you start your preparation before only, so that you'll have enough time to practice and then do well in the examination, because you cannot ask, you cannot tell TCS to change the paper, right? Change the pattern. What you can do is you can prepare according to the examination. Now, so let us start with the question number 1, which is a syllogism question, right? So Venn diagram, we will be using it here. So friends, I always have a argue with the student whenever I solve syllogism question, because the basic concept of syllogism many are not aware. So let us see question number 1. Some coins are pennies, okay? So this is my coins and pennies, right? So this is how we draw. And all pennies are notes. So all pennies are inside the notes, okay? And then conclusions are some notes are coins. Yes, we could see. So some notes and coins are crossing each other. So we can say some notes are coins. All coins are notes. So if you want to say all coins are notes, then be very clear that all the coins will be inside the notes. Okay, so that is also not here. So this second conclusion will become wrong. Then all pennies are coins. So all pennies are inside the coins? No, it is not there. See, you know that, right? All pennies are coins means we should be able to see like this, which is not there here. So only conclusion 1 follows. So that's a simple question. But friends, I see in the comments many students will be mocking that, sir, you are taking so much of time. I am not solving here, I am teaching. So please try to understand. So they will simply put the comments whatever you want, but please try to understand, I am teaching here, I am not solving the problem. Otherwise, all these problems will be taking hardly 30 seconds to solve it. Okay, question number 2. So the following Venn diagram gives data collected from 300 members of a sports club who plays various sports. So friends, there are 3 sports are there: boxing, badminton and tennis. They are saying there are total 300 members are there. Okay, so there are total how many members are there? Total 300 members are there. They are asking what is the percentage of members who play badminton. Okay, so friends, there are 2 concepts here. If they're asking you, so what is the percentage of member who play badminton, and if they ask who play only badminton, so this is 2 questions. Okay, so these 2 are 2 different question. Okay, now, so when they say who play badminton, means they're talking about this complete circle. So there are few people who plays only badminton, and there are few who plays badminton boxing, who plays badminton tennis and boxing, and who plays tennis and badminton, right? Okay, so total circle we need to consider. So it will be 75 plus 12 plus 11 plus 10. Okay, now if they would have asked who play only badminton, so this particular 75 members is nothing but who play only, okay, so only badminton, they play only badminton. So be very clear with the basic concepts, that's all, nothing else is required. Now, so this will be nothing but 85 plus 23. So 85 plus 23 will be 108 by 300, and definitely you need to calculate the percentage. So multiply by 100. 20 cancelled, and 3 3s are 9 and 3 6 are 18. 36%. Option D will be the correct answer for this particular question. Okay, friends, if you have any doubt, I always try to clear, and I always teach in such a way that you will not have any doubt, but any further doubts will be definitely taken care in the comments. Okay, friends, this question was little complicated, I will say. So this was not very much straightforward. Okay, so what is the wrong term in the following series? So whenever this wrong terms comes, no, that time definitely you will have to struggle a bit. Okay, so if they ask fill in the blanks, that will be little easier. But when they ask, okay, so when they ask wrong term in the series, that time it will become tough, right? Okay, now let us see. So DIKE. So friends, let us start from here. So TP, okay, so all the first letter will have a combination between that. So DEFG, so plus 3, HIJK plus 3, LMNOP plus 3, PQRST, so it is plus 3. Then O2T, so O, right? So if you remember, MNO, OPQRST, okay, so it is nothing but plus 5, right? Okay, then if you'll see, so T2I, so TUBWXY, so it is again plus 5. Then again Y2D, so if you'll go back, so YZABCD plus 5, and then D2I, so D EFGHI, so again plus 5. Okay, like this. Now third one, so here only we will be finding out a mistake here. Okay, so I will just try to arrange it. Okay, fine. Now M2S, so MNOPQRS, so it is plus 6. Then S2X, so STUBWX, so it is plus 5. So basically here it should be what? Here it should be Y. Okay, so here only this mistake is there. So here we are getting plus 5, but here basically should be Y. And then if you'll see Y to E, so Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, so here it will be plus 6 if this is Y. And then again E to K, so EFGHIJK, so it is plus 6. So this is only mistake here in this. So LYXM, so instead of LYXM we should have LYYM. So option A will be the correct answer for this wrong term in the following series. So now friends, question number 4. So question number 4 is a very good question, and I know in this question, so there will be many students who will have a argument with me. So friends, I am ready to have a argument with you, but before that I just request you to go through this particular syllogism basic videos so that you will have less confusion, because syllogism is not a very straightforward topic. Okay, now so friends, before solving this question, I just wanted to tell you, so first you look at the options. So in your options, if you have either or conditions, then be very clear that your answers is going to be one of that. Friends, it is not 100% true, right? But according to my experience, in 99% cases, so when in option you will have either or, then only, so when your answer will be either or, then only it will be there in the conclusions. You can see question number 1. So question number 1, we have no either or. That means it is very clear that these questions will have answers not in either or, right? Okay, so this will give you a hints. And friends, that is what I teach you in live classes, that how to identify and eliminate the options. Okay, so you can say 1 and 3 will not be your answer, so only with either or will be your answers, and that too also we will be able to eliminate it very fast and very soon. Okay, now so friends, as you know, you need a speed and accuracy in your examination. So now you need to be very smart while handling the questions. So let us start with the questions. So all balls are spheres. So all balls are spheres. Okay. So all balls are spheres. Fine. Okay. So in exam, you can only write B and S. No bat is a sphere. So bat and a sphere, there is no relation. Okay. Then, so bat and sphere, there is no relation. Then some rackets are bat. So some rackets are bat. Okay. Some rackets are bat. And then all rackets are long object. All rackets are long object. Okay. Now, Friends, so this is suppose I am Pratik and I made a diagram like this. Now, suppose someone else, what he or she will do. So he or she will make the diagram like this. Okay. So this is my bat. Okay. So some bats are rats. Okay. So some rackets are bat. Some rackets are bats. And friends, I will tell you. So you can make any number of diagram. Your the only thing your statement should not violate. Okay. So now you see how I am making this diagram. So I am making this diagram like this. Okay. I'm making this diagram like this. Okay. So some rackets are bad. Some rackets are bad. Okay, no problem. Fine. It is not violating any of your statement. And all rackets are long object. All rackets are, so all racket will be inside. Okay. So all rackets will be inside long object. Okay. So this is one diagram which is made by someone else. And this diagram is perfectly all right because it is not violating any of the statement. Always remember, if it's violate any of the statement, in that case only your diagram is wrong. Otherwise, no. Now, so first one, some spares are long object. So a space is here and long object is here. You can see there is no relation. In this particular diagram, you can see there is a relation between space and long object. So definitely we are not able to decide. So in this case, this will become false. Okay. Then no racket is a ball. So racket is here and ball is here. We can see it is crossing some step. And in second diagram, it is not crossing.
So accidentally the meeting just closed itself without notifying you. We are sorry for that disturbance. So we are going to continue with the session which was still conducting, and we are gonna continue from where the video was stopped in. And the kindly accept this challenge which just you experienced, is how this electronics works. And we are sorry about the inconvenience. All right, so let we share the lecture and just keep on watching and studying. Thank you.
It is not violating any of the statement. Always remember, if it's violate any of the statement, in that case only your diagram is wrong. Otherwise, no. Now, so first one, some spares are long object. So a space is here and long object is here. You can see there is no relation. In this particular diagram, you can see there is a relation between space and long object. So definitely we are not able to decide. So in this case, this will become false. Okay. Then no racket is a ball. So racket is here and ball is here. We can see it is crossing some step. And in second diagram, it is not crossing. Both the diagrams are correct. Both we have to take care. So this will again become false. Some long objects are bat. So long object and this is bat. It is sharing some of the parts. So this is yes, correct, because some long objects are bat. Now friends, blindly you can say, sir, the third, so the second one will be your answer, right? The second one will be your answer because now either for 2 and 4, one of will be correct. So only 3, only 1. 1 is not true. So 3 is true. So we can say this will be true. But anyway, I'll verify the other parts. Some rackets are balls. So rackets and balls. So in this diagram, racket is crossing balls. But in this diagram, racket and balls, there is no relation. So we will again say that this is false, right? So the basic has to be very, very clear. Then only you will understand, because a person can draw 2 diagrams. But most of you will say some rackets, no racket is a ball. So sir, racket is here and ball is here. There is no relation. So this will be true. No, this will not be true. Most of you will say this is true. No, this is not true, because we can have multiple diagrams, okay, based on the statements, and we will see that the direct relation between racket and ball is not given. So we cannot conclude it is true or false. Now we will have to check for either or condition, okay? Because in the option it is there. See, we know the answer, right? I have already told you, but again, we will see. So either or condition, the first condition in either or will be subject and predicate should be same. Subject and predicate means what? So see here, racket, ball, and here racket and ball. So subject and predicate is same. So the either or condition will come in picture in between 2 and 4. Second thing, both should be false. So you see, second one is also false and fourth one is also false. Third one statement should be positive. I mean, one conclusion should be positive and one should be negative. So this is positive, some brackets are false. And this is no. No means negative. So all three satisfying. So this is either or case. So only three and either 2 or 4 follows. So friends, definitely this kind of questions you need to understand so that you don't do the mistake and it will not take that much of time, because I'm teaching you here and already I told you trick to eliminate the options, so you could have easily eliminated. You would not have run behind this either or condition. So friends, like this I teach in live classes, and friends, do not rush at the time of exam. Please start your preparation before. So if you guys really want to have live classes of a month, then please put in the comment box and I will definitely have a live classes for 1 month and I will cover all these parts so that you get speed, you get to know how to eliminate, and you score more and more in any kind of examination. So now speed and accuracy plays a very important role. Question number 5. Question number 5. Do you see any either or? No. That means you do not have to think anything about either or condition. Some cushions are sofas. So some cushions are sofas. Okay. I'm not writing the full forms with. All sofas are foams. So all anything about sofas are foams. And all foams are polyfill. Okay. So all foams are polyfills. Okay. So this is what my diagram is. Now, so let us see one by one the conclusion. Some polyfills are cushions. So polyfills and cushions, yes, there is some part which both are sharing. So yes, some polyfill are cushions. Then some foams are cushions. So some foams are cushions. So foam is here and cushions is here. Yes, that is also correct. Some sofas are cushions. Yes, sofas and cushions are also sharing. Some cushions are polyfills. Yes, so that is also said. That means all conclusion follows. Okay, I will tell you one more thing. So whenever you see in the option, friends, it's all my experience because I have a teaching experience of 10 plus years. Okay, so all based on my experience I says. So whenever you see all conclusion follows, that means you keep in mind that in 90% of the cases, your answer will be all conclusion follows. Okay, see, you just go back. Did you see all conclusion follows? No. So your answer will not be all. You again go back. Did you see all conclusion follows? No, your answer will not be all conclusion follows. So friends, trust me, if you'll practice more and more, and if you'll be with me in the classes, then I will tell you how to guess and how to eliminate. These are the actual questions of TCS NQT May edition. You can verify from the PDFs. Okay. Now, friends, question number 6. So question number 6 is right. Okay. So this is a data sufficiency question. So this is the data sufficiency question. Okay. So what will be the sum of two numbers x and y? So they wanted x plus y is equals to what? Okay. And you have been given 3 statements. So you need to combine 1, 2, 2, 3 and all 3. So based on that, you need to give your answers. Okay. So let us try to solve statement 1. X is greater than y plus 8. So I can write one equation. X is equals to y plus 8. Okay. I don't think you should have any problem here, right? X is equals to y plus 8. X is 8 greater than y. Okay. Now 30% of y is equals to 20% of x. So I can directly write 3y will be equal to 2x. Now, if you will be at my place, what you will do? So, you write 30% means 30 by 100 of y will be equal to 20% of x by 100. So 100 cancel, 0 cancel, 3y will be equal to 2x. Now, you have 2 equations and 2 unknowns. You will be easily able to find out the value of x and y. Do not try to waste your time. So you can directly tick statement 1 and 2 together are sufficient to answer the question. Some of you will be having in mind, sir, what about 2 and 3? You didn't even check. Okay. See, that is not required to check because we got one option 1 and 2 with, and from there I could see here I will write y is equal to 2x by 3. Okay. Right. So y will be equal to 2x by 3. So x is equal to 2x by 3 and plus 8. So this is not required. I am unnecessarily doing it for you. So x will be equal to 24. X is 24, then y will be 16. 16 plus 8 will be what? 24. They're asking the sum. So sum will be equal to what? 40, right? So 24 plus 6 is 30 plus 10. Okay. Now third equation. So the ratio between 1/3 of x, okay, and 1/4 of y is equals to 2:1. So I could write x by 3 into 4 by y will be equal to 2:1. So 2 2s are, so 2x will be equal to 3y. Okay, so this equation and this equation both are same. When the equations are only same, we will not be able to calculate the value of x and y. So you can blindly say, sir, statement 1 and 2 together are sufficient to answer the question. So friends, I know in this particular 6 questions, okay, we did. So many of you would have done small mistakes, okay, and that happens because when you have more speeds, even when you are having a bike in your hand, so when your speed will be more, definitely you will be doing more mistakes. And friends, I'll be doing all the problems of TCS NQT aptitude and verbal ability, reasoning and verbal ability will be done by Tanvi ma'am. But it's very difficult to type all the questions, okay, and then record the videos, edit it, provide the solution. We really put a lot of effort from our side, friends, trust me. So please do like, share, subscribe, and friends, please comment below if you wanted to have 1 month live classes or maybe more than 1 month of the live classes and wanted to get everything from the basics and to get speed and accuracy. So I'll be definitely starting a live classes, and our prices are very less. So it will be started only in 200 or 250, something like that. So it depends upon the duration. So thank you friends for watching the video. Keep loving, keep sharing, and
All right, guys. Thank you for joining today's session. This is the ending of second session, and we are gonna directly repeat the session for lecture, which we already started in the previous weeks. Just keep on watching here. We still have time, so allow me to schedule that also. Then I know it's helpful to you as well. Let's also put that lecture here. Then it will be nice for you. Thank you.
Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the psychometric testing website mypsychometrictest.com, and a very warm welcome to this tutorial, which is verbal reasoning test question. So if you have a verbal reasoning test coming up, this tutorial will make a huge difference to your preparation. I'm going to tell you what verbal reasoning tests are. I'm going to give you some great tips for scoring highly, and more importantly, I'm going to go through a number of sample test questions and get you to try some yourself. So the aim is by the time you and I get to the end of this video tutorial, you will be fully prepared for your verbal reasoning test. Now, before I get into those, a very warm welcome to this verbal reasoning test training tutorial. My name is Richard McMunn. That's me there in the centre, and I've been helping people to pass their verbal reasoning tests and their job interviews for about 20 years now. On that basis, please do subscribe to my channel by clicking the red button below the video, and then you won't miss out on any of the weekly training videos that I'm uploading. And I would also very much appreciate it if you supported my channel by giving the video a like. Thank you very much. So, what is a verbal reasoning test? A verbal reasoning test basically assesses your ability to answer questions as either true, false, or cannot say based solely on the information or the text provided. So you are given a passage of text, you are then given a question, and you have to answer that question based solely on that information. So this is very important. Take a note of that. This is the first crucial tip in helping you to pass a verbal reasoning test. You can only answer the questions based on the information that is provided, and I will explain in more detail what I mean about that in a second. So let's take a look at a sample verbal reasoning test question. It says, read the following passage before answering the question that follows. So we are given a passage of text, and then a question appears, and we have to answer that question as either true, false, or cannot say. So let me just quickly read this passage of text. Now, the text that you are given is usually quite boring in nature, and it's designed to be so. Okay, but there is a really important tip, which I'm going to show you in the next slide, of how to save time and answer these questions quickly. So I'll quickly read that text. It says a uniform is a set of standard clothing worn by members of an organisation whilst participating in that organisation's activity. Modern uniforms are often worn by armed forces and paramilitary organisations such as police, emergency services and security guards, in some workplaces and schools, and by inmates in prisons. In some countries, officials also wear uniforms in some of their duties. Such is the case of the Commissioned Corps of the United States Public Health Service or the French prefects. And then the question is, police officers are required to wear a uniform. True, false, or cannot say. Now, we can only answer that question based solely on the information. Now, you and I know for fact that police officers are required to wear a uniform. However, the answer is cannot say. Because we cannot say from that text, it doesn't say anywhere that police officers are required to wear a uniform. It actually says modern uniforms are often worn. Okay, so that's the important thing. The answer to the question is cannot say based on the information that you are given. So many candidates, and this is where you are going to score higher than your competitors, is that many candidates will answer this question as true, because we all know that police officers do in fact wear a uniform, but crucially, the word required is not mentioned in that passage, and it says police officers are required. So don't fall into the trap with these verbal reasoning test questions of answering the questions based on what you know, only answer them based on what is within the passage. So the important lesson here is to only answer the question based solely on the information provided, regardless of what you know to be fact. Now, here's that really important tip. So to read and fully understand every word of every verbal reasoning test passage is going to take time, and ultimately it will eat into your time that you have to answer each question. So you're going to be answering these questions based under strict time conditions. So here's a really useful tip. The majority of people, and I would estimate 95% of candidates who undertake verbal reasoning tests, will start off and they will read that whole passage. That's not what you should do. Okay, what you should do is scan the passage to locate the word or words that are prominent in the question and then answer the question that way. So I would look at this and I would not even read the text. I would look at the question and it says police officers are required to wear a uniform. I would then pick out the prominent two words, police officers and uniform, and I would then scan the passage to locate those two words. So there's police and there's uniform. I would then focus my efforts entirely on that passage, that particular part, and if you see from that, I can answer that question. Police officers are required to wear a uniform. It says modern uniforms are often worn by armed forces and paramilitary organisations. It doesn't say they are required to, so I would answer the question cannot say. That is a great tip. If you take anything from this tutorial in respect of answering verbal reasoning test questions, take that. That will save you a huge amount of time, because when you are under pressure, you are reading that passage and you won't be able to understand it anyway because you'll be under pressure. Your job is to just pick out the answer from that particular element of the passage. So here's a quick refresher, reminder of what is meant by true, false and cannot say. This is very important, so please do listen to all three of these, and then I'm going to get you to try some questions yourself to see whether you understand what true, false and cannot say is in the context of verbal reasoning. So true, if something is true, it means the statement is true. It is verified by the text. So this means the text must explicitly or implicitly mention something which proves the statement to be correct. So in other words, you cannot make any assumptions about the text. There's got to be either direct evidence from the statement or a strong inference to support it. So in respect of false, if a statement is false, there must be evidence in the text which contradicts the statement. So for example, if the question statement says all swans are white, but the text says there is such thing as a black swan, then the statement is false because it's directly contradicted by the text. And in respect of cannot say, if there is not enough evidence in the text or the passage to verify it being true or false, then the correct answer is cannot say, as we know from the previous question about police officers wearing a uniform. So now it's your turn. I'm going to get you to try some verbal reasoning test questions. So there are 5 verbal reasoning test questions that follow. You have 20 seconds to answer each question. There is a timer on the right-hand side, a blue timer I will read the question and the passage once, and then the timer starts to tick down. Please put your answer to each question in the comments section below this video for marking. I'll come on here each day and mark them for you to make sure that you fully understand. So, here we go. It says, read the following text before answering the questions as either true, false, or cannot say from the information. So, the 5 questions are based on this particular passage. I'll read it once and then ask you the 5 questions. The timer will go down and I'll move on to the next question. It's called Family Holiday. It says, Janet and Steve have been married for 27 years. They have a daughter called Jessica who is 25 years old. They all want to go on holiday together, but cannot make up their minds on where to go. Janet's first choice would be somewhere hot and sunny abroad. Her second choice would be somewhere in their home country that involves a sporting activity. She does not like hill climbing or walking holidays, but her third choice would be a skiing holiday. Steve's first choice would be a walking holiday in the hills somewhere in their home country, and his second choice would be a sunny holiday abroad. He does not enjoy skiing. Jessica's first choice would be a skiing holiday, and her second choice would be a sunny holiday abroad. And Jessica's third choice would be a walking holiday in the hills of their home country. So you can see it's quite confusing, and that's why it's important when you try these not to read the text out, but to answer the question. So here we go. Question number 1. Jessica's first choice would be a walking holiday in the hills of their home country. Is it A, true, B, false, or C, cannot say? Here's your timer. Okay, question number 2. Janet and Jessica have been married for 27 years. A, true, B, false, or C, cannot say? Put your answer in the comments section below. Here's a timer. Question number 3. Jessica would rather go skiing than go on a sunny holiday abroad. A, true, B, false, C, cannot say. Please put your answer in the comments section below. Okay, well done. Question number 4. Janet likes hill climbing. A, true, B, false, C, cannot say. And question number 5. Janet and Steve have a daughter who's 27 years old. A, true, B, false, C, cannot say. Put your answer in the comments section below the video, please. Thank you. Okay, well done. So I'll let you know how you get on when you put the comments in your answer in the comments section below, but you'll see it's important to answer it based on the text only. They seem really easy, those questions, but I bet you get some of them wrong. Now, the important thing is to read the question, really important. Now, if you want to try some more of these, please click the link below the video to get more free verbal reasoning and other psychometric tests. You'll get to work through a number of sample test questions and answers to help you pass your verbal reasoning test. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining today's session. I hope it was very nice for you guys and you enjoyed the session. We have 80 minutes for questions. If there is any question, you can raise your hand, then I will give you a mic, then you can speak your your query or questions you wanna ask, then we try to solve. And kindly, guys, remember tomorrow there'll be a meeting with Study in India, and I will try to stream it on WebEx as well as here on Facebook or on Zoom. And if you will be here on Zoom, it means that will be automatically streamed on WebEx as well, YouTube channel, and we'll try to see whether we can just convert also to Microsoft Team. So those 4 apps or 4 websites will be available for you guys. You can join on M's Team, you can join on WebEx, you can join on Team, you can even watch on YouTube. As well as how you want, will depend on you and comfortability. Then, second thing you have to put in your mind, you received the email from Study in India regarding the exam browser, exam secure browser. There is a link, then download it. After download those that exam secured browser, put it in your machine, then keep it. On 15, there is a mock test. You all know that there is a mock test. Mock test will be at 11:30 a.m. in Rwanda. Will be at 11 a.m. in South Sudan. I know everyone know his time. I saw the message from Emmanuel. I've been realizing that the exam will be more serious this. Yes, exam will be more serious. Exam will be serious this year. Will be more serious than last year. The reason why is this: last year only they give exams for 13 countries, but this year will be 57 countries. You guys, it means that it is highly competitive today's exam. Last year it was in the ASAT examination with selected countries, but this year they confirmed as a global aptitude test, which is called Pragatii, and all countries will sit in exam. So simply, exam will be serious. So if it is serious, you take it also as serious. Try your best, give your best, then just take a kind of exercise, study well. The syllabus is out, is only aptitude, verbal reasoning as a quantitative aptitude and the logical aptitude. Those are the syllabuses. You can go to the java.com. There is a lot of practices you can practice yourself, so you can try and do your best. I know you guys will pass, and I miss you guys. It'll be more joyful with you by the time I'll be receiving you and pick up on the airport when you arrive here in India. So if there is anyone who wants to speak anything, you can raise your hand. In 5 minutes you remain, then we can give you a mic. Otherwise, we will close today's session. Is anyone want to speak anything? Okay, it seems like there is no one want to speak something, so that when today's session, see you tomorrow for next class. I will end today's session, so you can start leaving if you want, and if you don't want to leave, it's okay. No issue, we'll close the session then. Thank you guys, good night.